Hi guys, if you want to see how I achieve this look, this smoky eye with a pop of pigment in the center and a nude glossy lip, stay tuned and I'll be more than happy to show you guys how I got this look. And welcome back to my channel. And for all you new people, hi. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Morph 35T palette and I'm using row 1, shadow 1 and row 5, shadow 2 and 4. So I'm going to be using the Dalium 785 Fluffy Blending Brush to put that first color into the crease. And I'm doing a sweeping back and forth motion just to spread that color in the crease. Here I am, excuse me, using the second crease color that I showed you guys just to place slightly under the first one. And again, I'm using that Dalium 785 Fluffy Blending Brush. I really love these brushes. They're very soft and they blend and apply product very well. So now I'm using the Dalium 783, which is a smaller blending brush, just to apply the last color that I would have shown you guys in the outer corners of the eye. And I'm placing them slightly below the first two colors just so that those two colors won't be lost. So I'm blending it again, making sure that everything is marrying together nicely. And I'm blending it slightly towards the center of the eye. So this is the Makeup Atelier palette in T21 and I'm going to be using the purples from this palette along with the Dalium 783 smaller blending brush to just deepen the corners of the eye. So this would be the lighter purple out of the two that I'm popping in the center, not the center, the corners of the eye. So again, I'm using the bigger blending brush just to make sure everything is meeting nicely together and slightly pulling the product into the center of the eye, but making sure to leave that space empty for the pigment. So here I'm using the darker purple again to deepen the eye, and it's basically just using concept of this eye is using darker shadows as we go ahead. I just showed you the MAC pigment in blue brown, and I'm using the 224 MAC eyeshadow brush to gently pat that into the center of the lid where we left that space open for your shadow. That was the Blue Reflects matte pigment, which I'm placing on top just to give it a bit more of a shimmer. Okay, so now I'm using the Morph B11 angle brush to apply the Inglot number 77 gel liner. I'm not going to do a wing. I'm just going to make sure that the line closer to the outer corner of the eye is a bit thicker than the one in the inner corner. Nothing crazy. So here I'm applying the Cocoa lashes in the Style Goddess. I'm really loving these lashes as of lately. And I'm starting on the face now. I'm using the Black Opal True Color Perfecting Primer. It says it hydrates, corrects, primes, and covers. I find it has a funny smell, kind of nutty. Here I am trying to figure out what kind of smell it's giving me. It's not overbearing, but it's weird. Okay, so here's the Milani Conceal Protect 2-in-1 foundation in Golden Tan, number 10. I love this foundation. It's not greasy, it's not too heavy, but you don't need a lot because it does conceal the darker areas or dark spots that I have in my face. And I'm using the Beauty Blender to blend that out. Here I am using the Mark 201 brush to just clean up the top of the brow. And again, I'm using the Beauty Blender just to make sure that everything is well blended together. So blending, blending, blending. So here I'm using the MAC NC42 Concealer, Studio Finish Concealer to highlight under the eye. And this is my new favorite brush, y'all. The Morph M164 is basically a very tiny contour brush. It's perfect for contouring along the nose, and I just flip it on its side to contour the sides, the jaw, the cheek area. It's perfect size line. So I'm contouring and highlighting, and it's time to blend everything together with my trusty beauty blender. I don't know what I would do in this day and age without a beauty blender. I've become so dependent on it. Like, I can hardly remember the days of trying to blend your foundation with a brush. That seems like years ago. Anyway, so now it's time to bake this face. And of course, I'm using the Ben Nye banana powder. And I'm making sure to push it onto the side of the nose just to squeeze the nose together. I find a lot of people tend to forget to push the product onto the nose so as to squeeze it together. If you leave it too far apart from the nose, it's going to make your nose look bigger. So here I am highlighting the high points of my face, and now it's time to dissect this face. And I do that by placing some of the Van Dyne powder directly under my highlight, just to cut that face. Yes. So I'm using the LA Girl Black Amethyst Gel Pencil and the Morph M51 very small pencil brush just to blend out that same pencil which I placed. And I'm using the Delium 962 to apply the matte dark mineralized powder, which I use to set my makeup. And I'm knocking off the excess banana powder. Try to make sure that I get rid of all of those harsh lines that's on my face. This is not RuPaul's Drag Race. We don't want any sharp contours. We want fierce but still natural looking. So here I'm going in with the Makeup Atelier palette again and the darkest purple. And I'm just going to blend smoke out under the eye a little bit more. So I'm just going to use that Morph M51 brush to really smoke out under the eye, so that the smokiness on top can be matched with the smokiness at the bottom. And here I am using the Morph B81 blending brush just to make sure that all the product is nicely diffused under the eye. So here I am using the MAC Giga Black Extended Play Mascara on the bottom lashes. And I'm using the Morph 601 fan brush to apply my MAC Superb bronzer. I really like this bronzer because it gives the skin a very natural wet appearance, and I really like that. Never have too much bronzer in the right areas. And making sure that the eyeshadow is blended after I've applied my powder. Make sure that those areas are smoothly blended. Here is the Sigma Hint Gloss. I really love this gloss. And I thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.